We're back on NFL Live. The Falcons are out on the field today. It's good to see some football action. I just got to say it. All right, another quarterback competition between these two. Tua Tagovailoa, who they signed this offseason, and Michael Penix, who's coming off an injury. The new Falcons head coach Kevin Stefanski had some high praise for Tua's accuracy today. Listen to this.
I think it's the most important trait at the position, as we've always talked about. Some guys get better at it with tweaks to how they throw the ball, tweaks to how they their lower body, those type of things. But there is an innate ability of all of our guys have this, all of our quarterbacks have this, to be able to let the ball go and it's going where you want it to go. And not to say that you're not going to miss throws in this profession, you're going to miss throws. I think Tua, just in his career, as you've seen, just has that innate God-given ability.
I feel like he caught himself a little bit there. He's like, no, all of our quarterbacks are accurate, but there was a point to be made, and we know that accuracy can be a bit of a superpower for Tua when it's working well. Lewis, when you hear that from Stefanski, can Tua take this offense that's full of playmakers to another level?
Yeah, I think he can. Look, Laura, I think we know that the kind of things that held Tua back were not because he didn't have the requisite skill or like mental horsepower to get the job done. One, he couldn't stay healthy on the football field. And two, the things around him, whether it be true complementary play calling when he was down there in Miami, or there was a deficiency on the offensive line, or the wide receivers down in Miami were hurt and they weren't all on the field at the same time. You know, those were the kind of things that really held him back. It wasn't because you looked at Tua and you thought, man, this guy doesn't process well enough. He doesn't move in the pocket well enough. He doesn't have enough arm strength or accuracy. He has all that. It's just that it didn't come together for him. So I can see why Kevin Stefanski sounds like he's sitting there going, hey, if this guy's healthy, we got an offensive line and a running game, and we can throw the football, you know, in the play action pass game, I may have something here. That's not shocking. That's not shocking considering that Bijan is a great run threat, obviously, a great receiver, obviously. Drake London is a great outside line receiver, obviously. Zachariah Branch could wind up being one of those revelations of the draft out of Georgia, who you know well, as a home run hitter in the slot position with home run speed. Yeah, look, I personally think Tua should win this job. All things being equal, no disrespect to Michael Penix, Tua is a fantastic passer. If he can stay on the football field, and they can play complementary football, I think he wins this job going away.
I love that you brought up Zachariah Branch's speed. You got Kyle Pitts, too. I mean, the weapons galore on this offense. How would you handicap this, Boog, as a quarterback competition? Is it Tua's to lose?
I think it's Tua's to lose, health withstanding. I think as Kevin Stefanski gets this offense going, it's going to run through Bijan Robinson. I think we all realize that. It just depends on how they want to do it. Is it going to be a short to intermediate offense? Because that's where Tua is going to thrive. Now, if you want to push the football down the field and Michael Penix Jr. is healthy, there's no doubt about it. He's got the stronger arm. He's got more horsepower in his arm. So I think it's going to be dependent upon Kevin Stefanski to take a look at this offense. You got Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and figure out how can I make this offense mesh with what I have. If you want the pinpoint passer, you want the accuracy, you want the timing, you're going to go with Tua Tagovailoa. But for whatever reason, if they say, you know what, we want the guy with a little bit more horsepower, we're going big play hunting, then Michael Penix Jr. clearly has the stronger, more lively arm of the two.
That's something to keep an eye on for sure. The Falcons are on the road for 3 of their first 4 games. They start at the Steelers in week 1. Let's talk about the Commanders. They kicked off their OTAs today with a healthy Jaden Daniels on the field. We love to see that and glad to see Jaden back out there. A new look defense for Dan Quinn, including first-round pick Sonny Styles. See him as well. And here's Quinn on Daniels' unique ability to pick up a new system.
I always notice and admire him of just like the work ethic, to coming back to get it right. His mental quickness, John, is always something that just jumps out to me, of like learning a system so quickly and fast. And so I think I saw that a few years ago, and I'm feeling those same instincts now as you guys will see at practice, you know, more huddle, and it'll look differently. You'll see him under center more, but you see the same intent, you see the same communication, and I think it's the like the mental quickness that just, he makes things that are difficult look easy, and I know they're not.
I'll just say, I'm just excited to see Blau live in action, you know, and for the first time, and be able to go out there and see how he calls plays and gets his rhythm and his cadence of things.
Yeah, Daniels will have a different look on the offense heading into year 3. David Blau's taken over for Cliff Kingsbury as the Commanders' OC. And Washington added running back Rachaad White and tight end Chig Okonkwo in free agency. This offseason, they used a third-round pick on Clemson receiver Antonio Williams. Look, can the Commanders get back to that 2024 form? And they went to the NFC Championship. They were a little bit of a surprise to some people, but it feels like some of the pieces are there. Can they do that with this group?
Yeah, I think they can. Obviously, Jaden Daniels has got to get back to being the guy that we thought he was well on his way to being, which is a top 5 to 10 quarterback in the game. If he can do that and limit the amount of hits they take, then it's going to come down to, can they run the football from a standpoint and from an offensive line standpoint, can they protect him? If they can do all that, the receivers on the outside are ultimately going to be the key. Do they have enough horsepower with Terry McLaurin and those guys on the outside to go out and get open so Jaden Daniels can throw the football with timing and rhythm in this offense? But make no mistake about it, as long as 5 is healthy, this offense can be explosive. Then it comes down to the playmakers around them and the offensive line, can they protect for him? But I look forward to seeing Jaden Daniels flourish, because I think we all saw what he was on his way to being, and the injuries last year kind of took that away from us.
Yeah, I mean, football is just better when Jaden Daniels is healthy, as we've seen what he could do in 2024, which is great to watch. Lou, what are you expecting from him this season?
You know, I'm a big believer. And I think we just forgot. We just forgot about Jaden only because he played in 7 games a year ago. It's almost like, you know, his rookie year didn't happen, because that's how the news cycle goes, right? If you're not current, if you're not happening, if you're not blowing it up in the present, people forget about what you did in the past. This dude is the truth now. This guy took the league by storm 2 years ago. He was throwing that football in ways we've never seen a rookie quarterback do. And I think now that Terry McLaurin got his contract settled, he's not going to miss the entire offseason. He's not going to deal with lower body injuries. And then you go ahead with Terry, and now you add Antonio Williams from Clemson, who we know this guy is explosive, super explosive. Those 2 guys, along with Rachaad White, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, that's a nice combination. Katron Allen, who they drafted out of Penn State. Look, Boog's right. The offensive line, especially early in the season, has to carry the day until the perimeter guys and Jaden can establish that chemistry under new play caller David Blau. But how about Jaden Daniels coming out here talking about, look, I'm excited to see how the offensive coordinator looks. He ain't worried about himself. He's talking about, I want to see how this guy looks, and I'm excited about him. That just shows you how mature and how on top of it this dude is, man. Jaden is for real. He'll return this year, and he'll remind us all of who he is.
Oh, I love it. Call that shot. I agree. And it was interesting, too, Dan Quinn praising how quickly he can pick up a new offense. By the way, Jaden Daniels did not throw any touchdowns to Terry McLaurin last season after they connected for 12 TDs in 2024. That's an immediate improvement when they're able to be on the field together. Coming up on the show, Jalen Hurts is going to be looking at a lot of new faces on this Eagles offense this upcoming season. Hear what he had to say about it next. We're going to check in